Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Ava Vitali's, Tamara Braun, fears have come true as she walks into her apartment to be confronted by Rachel Blake, Rosalind Gentle. The minute Rachel was released, she threatened Ava, and Kristen Demira, Stacey Haydock, has allowed her to get out of her sight and go after Ava yet again. Ava went to Brady to discuss what was happening with her kidnapping. Ava was not one bit happy that she is having to keep her mouth shut about who was holding her. After comforting Brady over his missing father, Ava returned home to find none other than Rachel waiting for her. Ava was rightfully concerned. Rachel will warn Ava to stay away from Brady because she is determined to get Brady and Kristen back together because that is what her granddaughter wants. Obviously, the younger Rachel takes a great deal after her grandmother. It seems that both of them could end up being worse than Kristen, and that is saying a lot. Ava is a former mob boss and still has connections with that Vitali mob. Normally, Ava doesn't bother the family about issues, but it seems that someone is going to have to handle Rachel. Kristen may figure out where Rachel is this time and come after her, but Ava is not safe anywhere that Rachel can get to her. Ava isn't going to want to bother Brady with this, so she may be forced to call in someone to take Rachel out for good. This simply cannot go on, and after Rachel's warning, Ava will certainly be on edge until something is done with her. Will Ava have the mob take care of Rachel Blake, since she continues to threaten her very existence? Rachel could push this too far. Since Brady feels responsible for this entire mess because of having a child with Kristen, Brady could move Ava in with him. The penthouse would be a lot safer for Ava than staying somewhere alone. At least Brady would be there to protect her if Rachel was to decide to drop by announced again. Ava could simply decide to take Rachel out herself. Ava has tried to stay on the straight and narrow for some time. However, sometimes you have to defend yourself. Will Ava be put in the position where she had to take out Rachel? Rachel may be elderly, but she is not frail nor helpless. Will it come due to Rachel's life or Ava's? Will the woman in white finally be gone when Ava gets done? Days of Our Lives has never been shy about pushing its characters to the edge, and in the coming weeks, one character may find herself on a collision course with someone she has a deeply personal vendetta against. Rachel Blake, the daughter of the infamous Kristen Demira, is gearing up for another round of drama as she once again sets her sights on Ava Vitali. The young yet fiercely determined, Rachel has been through a lot in her short life, growing up in the shadow of some of Salem's most complicated families, but this time it seems her personal mission could lead her down a darker path. Rachel's growing fury. Rachel Blake has always been a character who has struggled with the impact of her mother Kristen's actions. Kristen is no stranger to scandal, manipulation, and betrayal. As a result, Rachel's life has been defined by complicated family dynamics, and she's often been forced to grow up quickly in order to deal with her mother's tumultuous history. As Rachel's awareness of the situation around her grows, so too does her frustration and anger at those she perceives as threats to her family. Ava Vitali has been one of the most dangerous players in the Demira Vitali drama for years. With ties to the mob and a history of manipulation, it is no surprise that she would come to blows with the likes of Kristen Demira and her daughter, Rachel. Ava's ongoing schemes to control and manipulate those around her have made her a prime target for someone like Rachel, who is protective of her mother's legacy and isn't afraid to go after those who have wronged her family. The two women's rivalry dates back to Ava's involvement with Kristen's personal and professional life. Ava was a major thorn in Kristen's side, especially when it came to her romantic entanglements and her business dealings. Kristen and Ava have butted heads on multiple occasions, with Ava's unrelenting ambition and desire to maintain power clashing against Kristen's need to protect her family at all costs. Rachel, being Kristen's daughter, has inherited that drive to protect her family, and as she grows older, she is becoming increasingly determined to take matters into her own hands. Rachel's motives. Rachel's motive for going after Ava again is likely rooted in a mix of vengeance, a sense of justice, and the desire to protect her family. Ava has already caused enough chaos in Salem, and Rachel sees her as a major threat to the Demira legacy and her family's well-being. With Kristen out of the picture for the time being, Rachel may feel that it's her responsibility to step in and handle business. But Rachel's fury goes beyond just defending her mother's name. She has seen firsthand how Ava has used manipulation, deceit, and even violence to get what she wants. Ava's treatment of her family, including her own personal vendetta against the Demiras, has likely struck a chord with Rachel. The more she learns about Ava's actions, the more she could come to the conclusion that Ava's reign of terror needs to be brought to an end. And who better to do that than her? At the same time, Rachel is still a young woman, navigating the complexities of life in a family steeped in power, revenge, and constant drama. While she is growing into her own and learning the ropes of the Dimira legacy, there's still a sense of naivety about her. It's possible that Rachel's decision to go after Ava could be driven by emotions rather than clear-headed strategy, which could ultimately cause her to make a critical mistake. Will Rachel be forced to take Ava down? As the weeks unfold, Rachel's plan to confront Ava could escalate quickly. Ava is not someone who goes down easily. She is incredibly cunning and has a history of surviving whatever challenges come her way. In fact, Ava's resilience has been one of her most dangerous traits. When people underestimate her, she often proves them wrong. This presents a significant challenge for Rachel, who might think she's in control of the situation but could find herself facing a much larger threat than she expected. Ava's potential to retaliate will play a huge role in how things unfold. Ava's past is full of instances where she's turned the tables on her enemies, and she's already proven that she's capable of great lengths to protect herself and get what she wants. If Rachel is to go after her again, she must be ready for the kind of retaliation Ava is known for. In the battle between these two women, it could come down to a question of who is more ruthless and willing to do whatever it takes to win. At the heart of this conflict is the question of whether Rachel can truly follow through with her actions. There's a fine line between wanting to defend your family and resorting to extremes. In the Dimira family, no one is truly innocent, and Rachel's family history is full of questionable actions. If Rachel takes things too far in her pursuit of Ava, she could end up becoming just like the very people she despises. On the other hand, this storyline might force Rachel to grow in ways she hasn't yet. Her interactions with Ava could serve as a significant turning point for her character, as she is forced to navigate the world of power, manipulation, and survival. It can be a coming-of-age moment for Rachel, where she learns that there is more at stake than just her immediate family's honor, and that the consequences of her actions may ripple through Salem in ways she can't predict. The fallout. The fallout of this feud will likely have lasting consequences for both women. Ava's survival instincts will come into play as she tries to outmaneuver Rachel, but Rachel's determination and growing strength may make her a force to be reckoned with. The ultimate outcome of this showdown could change the dynamics of Salem forever. If Rachel does indeed take Ava down, she will have to face the repercussions of her actions. As a member of the Dimira family, the lines between hero and villain are often blurred, and Rachel may find herself questioning the path she has chosen. Taking Ava down could leave Rachel with the realization that in order to win in the world of Salem's most powerful families, sometimes you have to lose a little bit of yourself in the process. The drama between Rachel and Ava is just another layer in the complex web of relationships that make Days of Our Lives so compelling. Both women have deeply entrenched motives and are willing to go to great lengths to secure their place at the top. As the stakes rise, so too will the intensity of their battle, leaving fans wondering if Rachel will be forced to take Ava down, and if so, what that means for her future in the Dimira world. Conclusion. Rachel Blake is quickly growing into a formidable force within Salem, and her quest to go after Ava Vitali will undoubtedly push her to the limits. As the rivalry between these two women unfolds, the stakes will become higher and the drama even more intense. Whether Rachel can successfully defeat Ava or will be forced to reckon with the darker side of her family's legacy remains to be seen. One thing is for sure, the war between Rachel and Ava is about to get personal, and no one in Salem will be untouched by the fallout.